When you're in your 20s as an INFJ, the world often feels like it is moving faster than you are. You may feel a quiet urgency in your chest, a sense that you are behind, that you have to have everything figured out. And yet, deep down, you know that your path is not a straight line. You are not meant to follow the crowd. You are wired differently, your mind quietly observing, processing, and feeling things that others cannot see. You may feel like you are always carrying something invisible, a weight that is both delicate and heavy. There were countless nights when older INFJs, in comments on Reddit or threads on INFJs.com, wrote things that echoed your own silent questions. One user said, "Hold on to your dreams, but adapt." Another reflected, "Learn to rest before you are broken. Listen to yourself when the world asks you to give more than you have." These words, if only you could hear them clearly in those years, might have spared you a quiet exhaustion that no one else seemed to notice. In those early years, you might chase a clarity as if it were a destination. You might believe that the path to purpose is a straight line, a single choice that will define the rest of your life. You may spend hours overthinking, weighing options, asking yourself questions like, am I choosing the right career? Am I making a meaningful impact? Am I living in alignment with who I truly am? You may even feel paralyzed by the endless possibilities and by the responsibility that you feel toward yourself and others. But the older voices remind you, as they wrote in quiet threads and comments, clarity rarely precedes action. It is often born from movement, from taking small steps, from trying and failing and trying again. If you wait for certainty, you may wait forever. You will notice that your empathy is not a simple trait. It is a force, one that pulls at you constantly. You will feel the sadness of strangers, the disappointment of friends, and the unspoken worries of colleagues, as if they were your own. One INFJ wrote, "We absorb emotions like a sponge, sometimes forgetting to wring ourselves out." That is the truth you will learn slowly. You will discover that you must protect yourself even as you care for others, that it is not weakness to step back, and that your boundaries are not walls, but shields that allow you to keep giving without losing yourself. In your 20s, you may believe that helping everyone is a badge of honor. You will volunteer, advise, console, and work tirelessly, thinking that your value is measured by the support you provide. Yet the older INFJs warn, your energy is finite, and ignoring this truth will bring exhaustion. One commenter wrote, "INFJs are prone to burnout because we give too much, too often, without refilling the well." You will understand that saying no is not cruelty, but self-preservation. Saying no is saying yes to yourself, to your inner voice, to the life that is authentically yours. Idealism will blaze inside you. You will dream of leaving a mark on the world, of making a difference, of finding a career that feels like an extension of your soul. This is beautiful, yet fragile. Older INFJs caution that when idealism becomes rigid, when it turns into a must rather than a wish, it can crush you quietly. You will learn to measure progress not by grand gestures or public applause, but by the quiet satisfaction of alignment. One forum comment said, "Choose a career that resonates with your values. If it feels right, you will live it rather than simply endure it." You will come to see that small, deliberate actions, even those unseen by others, carry more weight than grandiose plans executed without care. Overthinking will be your companion. Every decision will feel like a pivot point in life. Every choice will have infinite consequences in your mind. Yet, overthinking is not a failing. It is the signature of your type. You will learn to observe your thoughts without becoming enslaved by them, to treat them as clouds passing over the landscape of your mind rather than commands you must obey. You will discover, slowly, that your intuition can guide you only if you listen to it gently, without fear or self-criticism. One INFJ wrote, "Sometimes the quietest voice in the room is the one that knows best. Learn to hear it." The career path you imagine may not remain constant. You may leave one field, enter another, and change again. This will not be failure. It will be evolution. An INFJ shared, "Life is fluid. The mistakes are not failures, but lessons that refine your understanding of yourself. You will come to embrace change, realizing that it is not a betrayal of your ideals, but a natural unfolding of them. You will see that purpose is not a single moment of discovery, but a continuous practice of adjustment, of listening, of growth. Burnout will come quietly. It will not announce itself with grand signs, but in small ways, a lingering fatigue, a sense of emptiness, a loss of enthusiasm for things you once loved. You may feel like you are failing, like you are less capable than you imagined. One user wrote, "When burnout hits, it's like walking through fog. Everything becomes muted, and even the simplest tasks feel overwhelming." You will learn that these moments are signals, not judgments, and they are reminders that rest is not optional, that your emotional, mental, and spiritual health must be nurtured as diligently as your external achievements. Solitude and connection will require careful balance. You will crave alone time to recharge and process, yet too much isolation will leave you lonely and disconnected. Too much connection will leave you drained. One commenter advised, "A 60-40 balance of solitude and interpersonal interaction often keeps INFJs grounded." You will discover that this balance is not static. It shifts depending on your energy, your environment, and your emotional state. Learning to navigate this rhythm will be a lifelong lesson, but it is one that brings profound peace once understood. Boundaries will become essential. You will face moments when saying yes feels easier than saying no, when you fear disappointing others or losing connection. But saying no is an act of courage. It is a declaration that your inner life matters, that your own needs are valid, and that you are worthy of respect. Older INFJs have written repeatedly on forums, "Boundaries are how we protect our inner selves, allowing us to continue to give authentically." You will come to realize that without these boundaries, your empathy becomes a liability and your gifts may be lost in exhaustion. You will wrestle with identity. You will question whether you are enough, whether your choices are valid, whether your dreams are reasonable. You will face moments of despair when the weight of your own expectations feels unbearable, yet through this struggle you will find resilience. One comment on INFJs.com stated, "We are meant to feel deeply, to care profoundly, and to navigate the world gently but firmly." You will internalize this slowly, learning to honor your unique way of being, even when it does not align with external pressures. You will come to understand that life as an INFJ is a delicate negotiation between your inner world and the outer one. It is a continuous calibration of giving and protecting, dreaming and grounding, observing and acting. The older voices will remind you, do not rush, do not force clarity, do not be ashamed of your sensitivity. You are not weak, you are perceptive, you are capable of remarkable insight and care. These lessons will anchor you, gently guiding your choices and helping you preserve your energy while still moving toward meaningful engagement with the world. Rest will become a non-negotiable. You will learn to schedule periods of stillness, to retreat without guilt, to allow your mind and heart to replenish. One INFJ wrote in a thread, "Rest is the fertilizer for the soul. Without it, even the brightest intentions wither." You will discover the subtle power of quiet moments, the clarity that comes from stillness, the strength that grows when you nurture yourself with patience and compassion. If you could hear this now, you would understand that you are not failing because your path is unclear, that you are not weak because you feel deeply, that you are not behind because your evolution does not follow the clock of others. The journey of an INFJ is not meant to be a sprint, but a careful, deliberate walk. It is about learning to honor your sensitivity, to protect your energy, and to pursue purpose without losing yourself in the process. You will look back one day and see that the moments of confusion, exhaustion, and overthinking were all part of a delicate choreography that prepared you to live authentically and fully. As you move through your 20s, you will make mistakes, face disappointments, and encounter moments of profound self-doubt. And yet, you will also discover resilience, insight, and the quiet joy that comes from living in alignment with your values. You will find people who understand you, spaces where your sensitivity is honored and projects that resonate deeply with your ideals. Each choice, each misstep, each lesson learned will shape the depth of your empathy, the breadth of your perspective, and the strength of your inner life. To all younger INFJs listening now, take these reflections as a gentle guide. Align with your values, protect your energy, allow yourself to rest without guilt. Embrace your sensitivity without shame. Understand that purpose is revealed in steps, not leaps. Know that your path may twist and turn, but each step is part of the intricate design of your life. Be patient, be gentle with yourself, and trust that your unique perspective is not only valid, but invaluable. The wisdom of older INFJs who have walked this path is a lantern for your journey, illuminating the quiet corners of your mind and heart, and reminding you that you are never truly alone in the process of becoming who you were always meant to be.